Good afternoon, friends. We're starting off with stretching today. We're going to get it done immediately. In-house mobility. My Garmin says that I'm strained right now and I have a high aerobic shortage. So we're going to get some mobility in, and then we're going to go for a light brisk walk, so that we can kind of balance out and give our body the recovery that we so badly need. But progress picture. Okay, it's a slow start to the day, I'm not going to lie, but sometimes slow is good. Feels good to be taking it slow. I also might be pushing it now that I learned the horrible understanding that it only takes me 6 hours to get 75 hard done. The ADHD procrastinator in me has somehow developed a sense of comfort when it comes to pushing it to the last minute, which we are going to try to break this weekend. It is the number one priority. Number one. So let's get it. Onward.
All right. So this is what happens when you do not run the plan. And now it is 8 o'clock at night and I need to do my outdoor workout. We don't need to talk about the details of why that is. Just know that time was poorly managed today and we are paying the price. So we're just gonna get a nice little outdoor workout done on our porch. I'm very grateful that it is 60 degrees, which is so insane compared to how it was last week in the single digits, but the planet's fine. Don't even worry about it. So we're gonna do a kettlebell workout. I love kettlebell swings so much. So much. They're so terrible. Okay, that workout was fun. I'm glad that I did not try and get out of it or wiggle out of it, do something else. It was difficult, but in a good way. Like, it was not so difficult that I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this. I know that I could do it. Just a hair under what I needed, because my watch is already letting me know that I'm strained and I probably should take it easy. But it served the purpose of getting me some high aerobic, which I have been out of balance with. I'm very heavy on anaerobic and like strength right now, so to balance it out a little bit, got some nice steady movements, and just over a half of my bottle of water left, but it's all right. It's okay, even though we didn't start moving, we're gonna be all right. We didn't start moving until way late. We're gonna be all right. Onward. Okay, so let's talk about today. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I hyper-focused and lost a lot of time, but I don't feel that way because I feel like what I was working on had to be done anyway. But now that I think about it, here's what's happening and why it's tough to be a creative, because a creative can justify the means for anything that needs to be created, even if it's not in their scope, because we find enjoyment in solving problems. We find enjoyment in it, or starting new things. We find enjoyment in it. So I will just teach myself how to learn something instead of just tell someone or delegate it, because I feel like I have like a 3 chance minimum where it's like, if I have to micromanage, then I would rather just do it myself, and I don't want to micromanage. So I usually end up doing it myself instead of actually, doing the hard thing, which is delegate, but we're not there yet. And I lost a lot of time on something that part of me feels like it's something I should have delegated, but then part of me doesn't. I'm going to wait till you guys get to see it. I'm going to show you, and then you tell me. I feel it justifies it. But if it doesn't justify it and I show you and you're like, I want you to be like, girl, this was not worth, probably like 10 hours of my life, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Damn, now when I put it that way, I did it to myself, but it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. So basically, I didn't start almost anything until 4, which pushed me to the very, very end again. Not something that we'd like to make a habit of. Next week, I'm really focusing on getting to bed on time. So when it comes to setting up this challenge, I realized how I failed last time was trying to do too many sharp changes at once. So I'm kind of okay that we're hitting about the 4th week and now this part is getting dialed in. And I feel like next week, my main focus is going to be around, or the week after next is going to be around locking down food, because I'm moving again regularly every day. I'm kind of getting a understanding of how the day typically flows and what are the obstacles that tend to jump in my way. So I really feel like next week I can have this holistic picture and kind of tighten in a little bit more. And the measure of success is going to be getting into bed on time. That's going to be the lag measure of the changes that I'm going to try to implement based upon the previous weeks. I'm excited. Met with Buddha again tonight. I know I was supposed to do Project 2025, but forgive me. I feel like I was spiritually seeking, and I just could not handle any policy agenda tonight. And in meeting with Buddha is trying to teach us about right diligence. So it doesn't matter if you're working hard, if you're working against the natural flow of things, or you're doing it to the point where it's pulling from other places. And I feel like work is pulling from other places. It's about making sure that it's not just working hard, it's making sure that you're also working hard in the right direction at the right times, and not just treating yourself like a beast of burden, which I have the tendency to do. So we're trying to improve. This month has honestly been the month where I have gotten out probably more in this month than I have in, I can't even tell you how long, because it's that easy to slip in or get lost. So I'm really going to be focusing on right diligence, making sure that the work I'm doing is actually helpful. It's not just busy work. It's not just making myself feel productive. It's actually spending time on the things that are important to me and my immediate cadre, making sure that you're exerting the right amount of energy. There was a story about a monk, and I'll read it to you. Okay. So there was a monk in Tang Dynasty, China, who was practicing sitting meditation very hard day and night. He thought he was practicing harder than anyone else, and he was very proud of this. He sat like a rock day and night, but his suffering was not transformed. One day, a teacher asked him, "Why are you sitting so hard?" And the monk replied, "To become a Buddha." The teacher picked up a tile and began polishing it. And the monk said, "Teacher, what are you doing?" His master replied, "I am making a mirror." The monk asked, "How can you make a tile into a mirror?" And his teacher replied, "How can you become a Buddha by sitting?" And I took that personally, okay? I took that personally. Right diligence. And then the final thing that I'm going to leave you with is this. If we lack right diligence, it is because we have not found a way to practice that is true for us, or we have not felt deeply the need to practice. A mindful life can be wonderful. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. Reciting this gatha can give us energy to live the day well. 24 hours are a treasure chest of jewels. If we waste these hours, we waste our life. The practice is to smile as soon as we wake up. Recognize this day as an opportunity for practicing. It is up to us not to waste it. When we look at all beings with the eyes of love and compassion, we feel wonderful. With the energy of mindfulness, washing the dishes, sweeping the floor, or practicing sitting or walking meditation are all more precious. So, I think that I would love to practice that. I would love to practice smiling first thing in the morning and reciting this gatha. Waking up this morning, I smile. 24 brand new hours are before me. I vow to live fully in each moment and to look at all beings with eyes of compassion. Like, I can get behind that. So, new experiment added. And that is all I have for y'all. I will see you in the next one.